Hello students, my name is Vikas Kumar Tyagi and I welcome you all for the first lecture in the series of lectures on the topic strategic management. It is a subject in bachelor's and master degree courses of management and business studies. In few universities it is known as corporate strategy, and in few universities it is also known as strategic management or business policies, etc. This series will help you in not only in your academics part but will also help in getting cleared your job interviews. Reason being, it's a very important question these days in interviews when the interviewer is asking you to develop or formulate strategy for their organizations. Coming to the contents which will be discussed in this particular lecture, we will be discussing the meaning of strategy, strategic management, its difference from tactics and policy, and also we will be discussing a topic called VUCA in this lecture series. Starting with strategy, what do you mean by strategy? Strategy is a word derived from a Greek letter strategos meaning military general. Strategy is basically a set of choices. It's a group of choices which you are selecting from multiple options which are available with a decision maker. Strategies are made for a longer duration of time, for a longer range of time, and strategies are also dynamic in nature. If a strategy is not able to give the results in a particular stipulated time period, then we definitely have to change the strategies. The strategies need to be flexible also. But that doesn't mean if the strategy is not giving result today and we formulated the strategy today itself, we will change the strategy. It's not like that. We have to give a particular time duration for getting to know that whether that particular strategy will be giving successful results or not. The time duration will depend upon the kind of a product. It will also depend upon the kind of the company. For an example, if a new company is coming whose products are not selling, they will not able to continue with that particular strategy. But for a company like Tata, and if its product Nano, if it's not selling, they can keep continue selling that particular product because they are having very deep pockets. Coming to the different other characteristics of strategy. Strategy is not basically a step. It's not a step. It's a process. It's a process which is very holistic and multidisciplinary in nature. If you are formulating a strategy which is related to human resource management, that your company wants to hire a better employees, your company wants to hire more efficient employees, for that you will have to fetch higher resources, that is financial resources as well. If you want to improve your marketing services, then you will have to also invest in the training and development, which will be a kind of a human resource decision. So if you are making a particular strategy, all your departments will require to move in a cohesion. The strategies are very hierarchical in nature. What do you mean by hierarchical in nature? There are different levels of strategy which are formulated by the employees or management of different level. Corporate strategy, for an example, will be formulated by the top level management, whereas the functional level strategy will be formulated by the lower level management, and by like that. Now coming to the how Michael Porter defined the three principles underlying any particular strategy. Michael Porter told that if you are formulating any strategy, then that particular strategy should be creating a unique and valuable market position for your company. It should be unique. It should be different from what your competitors are doing. If you are not doing something which is different from your competitors, then your strategy will not be able to bring the desired results which you are expecting. It will not be bringing success for your organization. In strategies, you have to make trade-off. You have to make a trade-off between the different choices. You will be having different choices from which you will be making the selections. You will select some choices, you will not you will deselect some choices. So it's a kind of a trade-off between what you are choosing to do and what you are choosing not to do. It is about creating a fit. With what thing you are creating a fit? You have to create a fit, you have to create a cohesion between all the activities which your company is performing. You have to create a fit with all the resources. Your strategy should create a fit with all the resources which your organization is having. If you are creating a strategy, if you are formulating a strategy, but you are not having proper resources for that particular strategy, that strategy will not be bringing the results for your company. Henry Mintzberg in 1998 defined strategies from different perspectives. A strategy can be a plan, it can be a pattern, it can be a position, it can be ploy, it can be perspective. What do you mean by plan? It's a course of action. Strategy is a course of action which you intend to perform to get the desired results in your company. It can be also the pattern. They also said that it can be plan which you are which is a course of action which you are intending to do, but it can also be the pattern. Pattern means the things which you didn't intend to do, but actually you were performing those activities from a long duration of a time based on your past behavior. It can also be the position. It can be a position, it can be a positioning based on upon your the types of product which you are selling. It will be based on your customers, based on your stakeholder, based on your competitors. It can be a position as well. It can be a ploy as well. What do you mean by ploy? Ploy is a kind of a maneuvering or a tricking to win over your competitor. Strategy can also be defined as a perspective. What do you mean by perspective? Perspective is the mindset or ideology of any particular organization. Holistic mindset of any particular organization can be a perspective. So a strategy can be defined by different means, by different ways. Coming to the differences between strategies and tactics. Strategy, like try to understand from these two words. Strategy is derived from the word, Greek letter strategos, meaning military journal, whereas tactics is defined by a Greek letter tactike, which is meaning art of arrangement. These are two different letters. One is military journal, the other one is art of arrangement. Art of generalship is something senior, like word itself depicts it's something senior, right? Art of arrangement is something relatively less senior, right? The top level management will be coming into the art of generalship. The art of arrangement, middle level management may be coming into that particular part. Arrangement of army will be done by the middle level management, but generalship will be done by the top level management. So by that word itself we will try to understand the all the meanings of the differences between both of them. So if it's by the top level management, the strategies are formulated by the top level management, then tactics are formulated by the lower level management. The strategies are very broad in nature. They deals with so many different things, whereas tactics will be relatively narrower in nature. Strategy is basically made up of several different tactics, and several different tactics are the subparts of a broader strategy. Strategy, when they are formulated by a top level management, they are formulated for a long range of time period, whereas tactics are which are relatively narrower in nature, which are formulated by the lower level management, are for shorter duration of time. Strategies are general guidance to the whole organization because they are very broad in nature, whereas tactics are very specific in nature, which are there for a very specific section of the organization, for a particular team or something like that, not for the whole organization. Coming like continuing with the differences between the strategies and tactics, strategy is more about planning, why wala part. Tactics is more about doing wala part, how the things will be uh, done, right? Strategy is about, like for an example, if the company is planning to send their army to another country or another nation, it is called as a strategy. But when you are going to send that particular army to that nation during the day or during night or through land or by through sea will be a part of tactics. Another example, for an example, the company feels that the company lacks uh, the leaders in the position of the structure, organizational structure, so they formulated a strategy for developing the leaders indigenously. That is a kind of a strategy. But for that particular strategy, what the company will be doing, the company may be going for a small workshop, they may be going for a training session, in job training, they will be calling the experts from outside. All these will be the kind of tactics. There are two other examples which are there mentioned over here. You can go through those examples also. That for acquiring the if the sales of the company is moving down, the profits are moving down. Therefore, the company formulated a strategy of acquiring new customers. But how you are going to acquire new customers? By providing sales coupon to the customers. That is a kind of a tactics. Strategy without tactics is the slowest route to victory. Tactics without strategy is the noise before defeat. By these words were given by Sun Tzu in his book Art of War. Then what do you mean by strategic management? You have understood the meaning of the strategy, how the strategy can be defined in different means through different manners, its set of choices, it's like it's a process, it's holistic in nature, it's multidisciplinary in nature, it's flexible, it's dynamic, it can be defined in the terms of a ploy, pattern, right? Different things we have understood about strategy. We have also understood the differences between strategy and tactics. Then what do you mean by strategic management? Strategic management is basically the highest managerial activity in any organization. It defines the purpose of the organization, it defines why the organization exists why the organization exists, what is the reason of the existence of the organization, and how those purpose has to be achieved, through which actions is governed by the strategic management. It is basically management of the different levels of strategies, that is formulation, implementation, evolution of the strategy. These are the levels of the strategy to achieve organizational objective. The art and science of management of these steps is called as strategic management. Now coming to the third part, that is policy. We have already studied that strategy is planning, it is long term in nature. Tactics was about doing, it was short term in nature, and it was relatively flexible, more flexible than strategy. But when we are talking about all the things in strategic management, everything is relative in nature. When we are talking about tactics and strategy, then we were comparing between both of them. But when the policies came into the picture, when we are comparing the strategies and policies, the strategies which were there for a long term when compared to tactics, but when it is compared with policies, then the policies are made for the very long term and the strategies are only for the long term. The strategies were more inflexible, tactics were more flexible, but when we are comparing the strategies with policies, then policies will become more inflexible in nature and strategies become more flexible in nature. Strategy is basically about planning, tactics is basically about doing, and the policy is about guiding. Coming to the differences between strategies and policies. Strategy is the best plan opted from number of different plans which were available for the with the organization. Whereas policy is the common rules and regulation. These are the most important differences between both of them. One is plan of action, the another one is principle of action, about the common rules and regulations of the organization. Strategies are more dynamic in nature. When compared to policies, they become more dynamic in nature. Strategies are made by the top level management when compared to the tactics. But when compared to the policy, the policies are always formulated by the top level management, whereas the business strategies can also be formulated by the mid level management. Strategies are more of extroverted in nature. What do you mean by extroverted in nature? It depends upon the external world, whereas business policy depend upon your internal organization setting. Your policies will be defined by the things which are right or wrong for the organization. It will not depend what your competitor is doing. It will depend upon what is right for the organization, what is wrong for the organization. It will not be based on, it will not be as flexible based on what your competitors are doing. Strategies are more action oriented, whereas business policies are more of principles oriented, thought oriented. These are rules and regulation, what your company should be doing or not. When it is rule and regulation, it is more of formal in nature. Strategies are relatively less formal in nature. The policies are legally binding too. If you are not following the policies, there can be criminal cases against you as well. They can fire you from the job as well. For an example, the firm tries to be the cost leader is a kind of a business strategy. But if as a manager, if you are giving some kind of a discount, if you are selling the products at a higher rate, then nobody is going to fire you. That was the strategy which formulated by the organization. But if the organization made a policy that the employee should not sell the data of the customer to the third party, and if you are selling those particular things, then there can be a legal action against you. So I hope you understood the differences between business strategy and business policy. Now coming to the last topic of today's lecture, that is VUCA. What is the differences between all of them? How the volatility, uncertainty, ambiguity and complexity is changing the dynamics of today's business environment. What is VUCA? VUCA is about the volatility, uncertainty, ambiguity and complexity. What do you mean by volatility? Volatility means the rate, the pace, at the speed, the volume and nature at which your environment is changing is called as volatile. The environment is changing at a very high pace, at a very high magnitude. The organization is making the changes. That is volatility. Then what do you mean by uncertainty? Uncertainty means there is no concrete trends or patterns through which your environment will be going with. There is no particular trend which you can follow. For an example, somebody told that they want to come into the forecasting of the stock market. Yes, you can try to forecast the stock market, right? But actually it depends upon several different factors. That company was like there was a strike in that particular organization, the stock prices will move down irrespective of what you had forecasted for the stocks of that particular company. So the things are definitely uncertain, and uncertainty is increasing day by day because the environments are impacted by several different factors. The environments are becoming more and more complex. What do you mean by complex? Earlier the decisions were made by taking into the consideration of few competitors only, but with the advent of IT, the whole world is your competitor. You are competing with the whole world. You have to decide, make your decisions according to several different factors, and those different factors keep on increasing day by day. Earlier, if there was a company which was producing and selling in India, it was not impacted by the company which is there in Africa or Brazil. But nowadays, in this particular uh, international business environment, where boundaries are getting removed, the boundaries are getting removed, there are no geographical boundaries, the economies are becoming more and more free. The Chinese economy is also moving towards your against the socialism, and they are moving towards the corporate culture. They are moving towards uh, the corporatization of the things, right? Capitalism, they are moving towards capitalism. Now, coming to the ambiguity, what do you mean by ambiguity? Ambiguity means there can be several situations which can have multiple interpretation, and those multiple interpretations can be totally different from each other. A particular situation, like if there is a particular situation in the environment, a different organization may have different interpretation for that particular thing. Giving an example from the marketing point of view, for an example, there was two person who were sent to a very poor city of Africa to sell sleepers. Both the salesperson came back to their boss, and they one of them told, we should not enter into that particular city, reason being there is nobody who is using the sleepers over there. There is no market of sleeper. Whereas another person told that we should start the business in that particular country right away, reason being there is nobody is using actually sleepers these right now. There are huge market which we can obtain if you market over there. So there can be different interpretation of the similar kind of a situation. Different organization may deal with the similar kind of a situation in a different manner, and will may be giving different results altogether. This was VUCA. For an example, there were several different products which were very good in nature. For an example, Facebook came up with the Facebook mobile phone. Tata came with Nano cars. The Pepsi came up with Pepsi Blue. Ponds came up with Ponds toothpaste. Although they companies were very successful in other things which the company was doing, and they launched a decent kind of a product also. Pepsi Blue was having a low caffeine content. Tata Nano was very economical car. Facebook mobile were very effective and efficient mobile phones, but still they didn't do success in the they didn't do successfully. Although they must have also undergone through the marketing research or market research, but they were not able to succeed because of these things, that is volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. That's all for today's class. Let's meet in the next lecture of the strategic management. I hope there will be around 6 to 7 lectures in which the whole syllabus of strategic management or corporate strategy or business policy, whatever your organization or university is calling that, we will be able to finish that. Thank you so much. Have a very good day.